doors, they defended well. It wasn't the defence that was the problem.
No.
It was the creativity maybe that was the problem, or the cohesion that was the problem.
Yeah.
Now it's all gone to shit.
It certainly has. But I think Phil Clark is a little bit in love with Tom Johnston.
Well, I think we all should be.
He's a good player.
I think we all should be. I think the kid is absolute quality.
I mean, to hear him, wax lyrical about him so often.
One of these two tries was the try of the round, wasn't it? It was the one where he basically took the ball, bust a couple of tackles.
Was that not the length? No, was that not the Leeds one?
No, that was the Craig Hall scored a length of the fielder against Leeds, and Jacob Miller scored a really good interplay one against Leeds. That was again the try of that round. But no, it was the one where he took it, bust a few tackles, and made it all the way up the field. The lad doesn't look like he's built to break the tackles he's been breaking, but he's obviously got. He's got such great
footwork,
got such great balance and timing that I think is what's remarkable here. So 2 tries, 10 tackle busts, 242 metres, 3 clean breaks in this game. He was the man. Michael Seo grabbed a try in 117 metres, so he's doing well in his bit of playing a bit of hook, a bit of loose forward. Is certainly getting involved. Mikael Seaman is a player who has. We'll come to see in the other 3 victories actually had a big role to play for Wakefield already this season, and continuing to 122 metres and 4 successful offloads, and Anthony England 106 metres and 4 successful offloads. For Huddersfield, Jake Connor scored 2 tries. He played in the centres in this one. Jerry McGilvery, at least he's turned up to give you some dream team points, Thomas. 1 try, 215 metres, 2 clean breaks, and Danny Brough contributed 3 try assists and 5 tackle busts in this game. So obviously they've got some of the creativity back, but they've lost the ability to defend off the back of that.
It's worrying times if you're a Huddersfield fan, isn't it? Really, at this point,
you're on 2 points. You're 8 points adrift of
top 4. Top 4's gone.
You're 8 points.
You've ruled top 4 out now,
and you're
4th, right?
8 points adrift of top 4 you are now at this stage.
I thought no, it's the 10 points. How many points have they got? 4 or 2?
2.
Well, they're 10 points off then, because Thingy are on 12, aren't they?
Oh, are they?
Yeah, there's 10 points. Top 4's gone. They're not making up 10 points.
Oh, of course, Warrington are on 16, Wigan 14,
and then 12.
Widnes, Catalan and Hull. Widnes, Catalan and Hull FC are all on 12 points, aren't they?
Yeah, so it's just gone. They're not making 10 points up on those 3 sides cumulatively in the next 2
No, they're an outside shot of the 8.
They'll probably scrape the 8.
But we'll talk about more shit Huddersfield stuff as we go through these games.
We will. Fan reviews then. Dr. Bob Phillips, 2 thoughts. Number 1, I hope the Winnie Cats are tired out.
Bring the turn on.
We'll see, Robert. And then number 2, where the hell have the Giants gone? Well, yeah, exactly. I like old Mark, who got in touch the other week as well, and just calls himself Mark. I don't know if it's you or not.
No,
he does get in touch.
I think he used to work on that fanzine.
Right.
I'm not sure.
Oh,
he's not the lad of the
He's not the North
Standard. I think he helped him. No, the Fee-Fi-Fo-4.
Oh, right.
He's not the lad from that, but I think he might have helped him or something. Or he knows someone we know.
Fair enough.
Somewhere along the line. He's been in touch a few times.
Sorry, we can't be more specific than that, but thank you again for getting in touch, Mark. Let us know a bit more about you, or remind us at least who you are. That Good Friday performance, he said, from Huddersfield was as good a metaphor for crucifixion as you could hope to look for. We looked completely lost, no coordination in attack, and in defence we stood and waited for them to run at us. Rumours that Anderson has lost the dressing room seem to have some weight. Think he'll be gone soon. That's a fairly deliberate play on words, isn't it? Paul Anderson seems to have some weight. Brian Davies got in touch. He said, Tom Johnston, what an absolute hero. Fantastic second try. Anthony England was awesome today too. Great to get a second win of the season rather than get beat week in, week out.
Anthony England's a knobhead, right? Because he went off in about the 8th minute the week before, crying with his injury. Made me convinced that he wasn't going to play. So I transferred him out.
And he's come back in and played.
Knobhead.
What a big knobhead. You'd say that to his face as well, though, so that's all right.
In a jovial way that is intended.
Yeah, exactly. He's going to enjoy Tom Johnston while we can. He says, last time I enjoyed watching one of our own this much was when Gareth Ellis was a young centre for us. Jesus, that is back in the black and white days, isn't it? Fair enough. Okay, another Good Friday game then. Warrington took on Widnes down at the Halliwell Jones, and inspired by
biggest Super League crowd at the Halliwell Jones, just over 15,000 on,
which is tremendous to see.
That's great to see.
And they were inspired by their halves and forwards in this one with a big win over what had been a very well drilled.
And luckily, this happened before half the pitch got robbed on April Fool's Day.
Yes. So it was Warrington 28, Widnes 10. Now again, I only saw the tries.
Widnes went 10-0 up, didn't they?
On this one, they did take an early lead, yeah.
And then Warrington did what Warrington have been doing and getting the ball out to those fringes and managing to find space in no space for their sort of edge runners to score in.
Yeah.
It is remarkable the sort of what they've been producing down that, particularly down that left hand side. With Sandow picking
that's
up
the
an injury
side,
that we'll
get on the left.
Yeah, with Sandow picking up an injury that we'll get to. Yeah, Kevin Penny's being screwed though because Curry and Atkins are taking up all his space and scoring all his tries, whereas Lynham on the other side
doesn't get to eat his breakfast quite as much, does he, Kevin Penny these days?
Chris Sandow with a try and 2 try assists, cementing his man of steel form. Chris Hill, 153 metres. I can only imagine he was outstanding and talismanic as ever.
Yeah.
Darryl Clark, 5 tackle busts and 153 metres, starting to really get things going. Another player who probably helps Darryl Clark out a bit because he does a bulk of the dummy half work coming out of their own end is Matty Russell. He had 8 tackle busts and 112 metres. He picks up the ball and runs.
He runs hard. Do you know what? He runs hard as well, though.
Probably more than any other fullback. Ben Cockayne tied with him, maybe.
Yeah, but for a guy Matty Russell's size, that belies the strength he runs back at as well. He doesn't put his head down and run, but he runs a straight, hard line, doesn't he? I like Matty Russell a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. There's no two ways about it. He's an entertaining player. I certainly enjoy watching him play for Scotland more than I enjoy watching him play for Warrington.
Yeah, true.
For Widnes, Rhys Hanbury kept up his strong start to the year, though. A try in 114 metres. Patrick Arven back in the side with 137 metres. Alex Gerrard managed to trip over from LA for the weekend for Easter.
Yeah.
She put 44 tackles in a typical Alex Gerrard performance, you've got to say. Every time he plays, he gets in the tackle count, doesn't he?
Tackles, yeah.
Set Martasava,
which isn't bad considering I think he was off the bench as well in this one.
Yeah, and Set Martasava 107 metres and 3 successful offloads, proving that last year was the aberration.
Hopefully so. Okay, Paul O'Brien, who's a Widnes fan, said it was a good first half from the Vikings. Warrington's goal line defence was much better than theirs. Well, you can't win them all. Wyatt Joe said outstanding defence on our line at the start of the second half won us this one. Undefeated and top of the league, but with a few lads picking up knocks over the past couple of weeks, we'll have to see how our squad players step up to keep it that way. Wyatt started...
It's almost like he was seeing to the
future a little wasn't
bit.
It? Yeah. He goes on to say that Wyatt started slow, but after
this is Sam.
Oh, is this Sam K. Rowler?
Yeah.
Oh, she got in touch and said Wyatt started slow, but after getting level and keeping Widnes out for 5 straight sets, Gidley's try knocked the stuffing out of the Chemics. Good to see Westwood back. Hopefully Matty Russell going off was just precaution because he made big meters again and was a constant threat whilst returning the ball. Elliot Wrench got in touch, said it was a record crowd today. Widnes the better side in the first half and will kick themselves for going in at 10 all. Wyatt couldn't handle them. Widnes carry on in the second and spent 7 sets near the Warrington line. Our defence stood up and shocked them with a fast try up the other end, knocked the momentum out of Widnes and enough for Wyatt to build on. Drove home singing wolf songs to myself and random dog walkers. Very good.
Jamie 04 Hayward got in touch. Hard fought derby at the HJ. Widnes Vikings started strong with 2 quick tries. Warrington Wolves then came back to level with a superb one-handed diving finish from the Flying Pig Lynham. After half-time Oranges, Widnes came out fighting only to be held up by a very strong Wolves defence. 15 to the end and Warrington took control of the game with 3 tries. Great win for Warrington. It's always our year.
There you go.
Lee Whitnall got in touch. Widnes started well and had the better of Wyatt early on. Westwood came on and you can see the wire grow from that point. Sandow and Gibbs finding space to take control. Defence in the second half was as stubbornly immovable as the South Stand refreshments queue before we finally broke Widnes down in the sunshine. A very good day. And Paul Ludo Lewis, last word to Ludo. First half was fairly even, but second half was one way. The Wire defence looked great and our attack lacked ideas without Brown. On the plus side, a record number of Wire fans turned out for their cup final, so well done to them. Pretty sure there was plenty of chemics in that end as well who wouldn't normally be at games.
No, possibly so. Okay.
Tell you what, Wire brought a good crowd to Wigan on Friday.
Yes, they did. Vociferous in their support as well.
they had stuff to sing about.
It was good to see. Yeah, you gave them a lot to sing about. Okay,
talking of a lot to sing about.
Yeah, exactly. Let's
segue.
I like the fact that we can do this one. Then you sort of average. You just kind of deplete over the week, don't you? Though, because you get.
I'm not fucking talking about the other two.
You get your good result over Saints. You sort of just about see yourselves home against OKR, and then you fall to fucking bits against Warrington. So the arc of the Super League pod today takes a good one for me.
Do you know what?
Okay, 24 points to 12 in favour of Wigan at St Helens. Flat as St Helens for me. I thought they were pretty poor, really, throughout this one, and you dispatched them with relative ease. To be fair, it wasn't it wasn't that blood and thunder.
No,
but there was a bit of argy-bargy at times. But you expect that. But it wasn't,
Yeah, I mean,
great contest we've been used
There's details of the game that have slipped by. I think the argy-bargy came off the high shot for Joel Tompkins, which live I thought was a yellow card. On reflection, seeing the replay back, I thought actually it was the right call. The man sort of stepped and was ducking. It was a reach, and it's probably the right call in the end. I think it was reffed really well by Hicks, like you say. It wasn't perfect, but no refereeing performance can ever be that.
Yeah. What I like about Hicks is he sets his stall out dead early with them, and he makes sure that they play fast rucks and they get quick play the ball going, and he fucking...
Well, you say that, but St Helens really didn't know how to get fast rucks.
No, but he was pinging them, wasn't
They couldn't win the floor, they couldn't win collision.
No.
Wigan won 24-12, and like you say, probably flattered St Helens, and I say that with no... I don't want to... But St Helens missed 50 tackles in the game.
Yeah.
So, Don Manfredi... He scored a try.
He did.
He only made 113 metres off his 3 clean breaks. That's because he ran... There was 2 epic sideways runs. If you remember the one out of the in goal... There was one out of the in goal where he ran the length of the in goal to come out of the in goal.
Yeah.
And there was one that set up the position for the brilliant Sam Powell try.
Yeah.
But... In his 113 metres off 3 clean breaks, he made 19 tackle busts, Thomas. 19 tackle... What, man?
No.
19 tackle busts.
He was bouncing people all over, and this is what you alluded to earlier. Saints defensively weren't at the races. They were missing too much.
Dan Sargent in 134 metres, Anthony Gelling with a try assist in 119 metres, and Sam Powell with a try and a try assist were the men who jumped out stats-wise. For St Helens, Kyle Amor 114 metres, Alex Wormsley 107 metres, Theo Farge with a try and a try assist in what was a up and down performance for young Theo.
Yeah.
I thought he was wearing a Mexican wrestling mask when I saw him first from the crowd, because it was so closed in round his face, and his face toning was similar to the colour toning of his hat as well. So I thought he was wearing a Mexican wrestling mask.
Theo Mysterio.
There was no Theo... Yeah,
there you
Theo
go.
the Gigolo or whatever.
Theo the Gigolo. He's a good looking lad in real life as well, actually. Take that mask off him. Right, Tyler Cass fancied. That was too comfortable for Wigan. Standout performances from Man Friday and Jelling. Very good. And Batman is just a brick wall. Bateman. It took some deciphering, didn't it? I'm making a right fucking meal of Tyler's messages this week. Aidan Stokey got in touch. Was very encouraged by the performance of Theo Farge. He makes a few silly errors, but I would love to see him get a proper run inside. Brian Davies said that it was a poor quality game that cried out for a decent halfback. Would have been fun for Wigan fans, but the game lacked any intensity. This Saints team are a poor side that play dreary rugby. Put their World Club Series defeat in February into context. Yeah, it does. Andy Barker said a rampant Wigan side never looked troubled by Saints. Yet another game where Saints forwards went missing. Usually after a game like this you expect both sides to be beaten up going into the second game. However, I don't think Wigan needed to get out of second gear. And Gary Ormiston, who's a Wigan fan, said it was a great game once again, selling out, a very friendly banter and mixing with other fans before and after the game.
Yeah, walking out the ground was a right laugh. What
was the chant you told me about? Because you texted me, didn't you?
Oh God, how could I forget?
I'm fucking fuming with you. Right, here's why. Because you didn't tell me the result, but there was only one reason you'd have been texting. If you'd lost, it wouldn't have mattered about the chant. And I was like, I bet they fucking won.
But I didn't tell you, and to be fair, the chant was so good.
The chant was funny. What was it? Remind me now.
It was, he's telling the truth. He's telling the truth. Lanso is telling the truth. Chant of the year. That's it. If we had an award for that in the Sloppies, it's gone.
It's going to take some beating. That is very funny.
We'll stand the South Standers one. That's good.
Right, we'll stop. Yeah, political. We'll never sit down.
But this tops that. It was absolutely hilarious.
Yeah.
There was a group of Saints fans who were still singing after the game, all drunk and walking out, but being dead friendly. They'd obviously nipped into Tesco's on the way, because one lad just cracks open a thing of Aero Bubbles chocolates,
right?
And just like walking around to everyone crossing the Prescott Bridge, going, just some arrows, mate. Arrows, love arrows. And they were singing. It was great. It was proper, like, you know, friendly stuff. A few Wigan fans chirped back with chants to, you know, counteract, and there was no animosity amongst that at all. It was good, yeah.
Okay, fantastic. Right. Anything else you want to add?